Hello and welcome. This is Mayank Shekhar, your friendly neighborhood film critic. As always, picking out a film from the theaters that I liked, telling you stuff that I liked about it and why I think you might like it too. Because for everything else, there's always the internet. The film I'm talking about is Vidhu Vidhu Chopra's Shikara. It is set in Kashmir. Its timeline spans from the late 1980s to 2018. It looks at the mass exodus of 400,000 Hindus, primarily Pandits, who had to be exiled from their own homes owing to propaganda, militancy and terrorism in the valley. If you just look at the subject matter itself and how that continues to play an overbearing part in India's current politics, that alone makes Shikara an extremely important film to watch and learn from. What's equally important though, and this was my slight fear, is that we don't become prey to another round of propaganda, falling into the vicious cycle of hate and violence, where the other, in reverse, is demonized as a whole, with people baying for blood again. Shikara, thankfully, is not a propaganda film. The characters are not caricatures. The issues are not simplistic. The take is not melodramatic. It's a film that is gentle and sensitive at the same time. Of course, the credit for that must go to the film's measured writing. It doesn't go berserk at any point, and at the same time, it looks at the 1990 Kashmir exodus, applying heart along with the mind. The writing team comprises the film's director, Vidhu Vidhu Chopra, writer Abhijat Joshi, who's worked on PK, Three Idiots and Sanju in the past, and Rahul Pandita, whose book on the Pandit refugee crisis, Our Moon Has Blood Clots, some of you must have heard of or read. So there's no paucity of talent here. But at the heart of the film, of course, are the two young, new lead actors, Aadil Khan and Sadia. This film is in fact their characters' love story, and with love at the center of it all, it becomes easier to look back on hate and how that uprooted these characters' lives. These actors or their characters age over 30 years through the arc of this film. There's such innocence in their very being though. They also manage to convey so beautifully some of the tender moments that you can't help but fall in love with both. At the end of the day though, this is filmmaker Vidhu Vidhu Chopra's labor of love. People of my age have a very soft corner for Vinod Chopra, primarily for films like Parinda and 1942, a love story he made at a time when the general quality in Bollywood was abysmal. His first film, set in Kashmir, if I'm not mistaken, would be Khamosh, which was a cracker of a murder mystery. Shikara is possibly his most personal film. He's a Kashmiri Pandit himself who lost his family home in the 1990 exodus. Despite all that, the fact that he manages to remain dispassionate enough to look at the subject without going overboard is in itself a huge achievement. This is an extremely honest film, and also Vidhu Vidhu Chopra's first film as director after 5 years, and I think it's been worth the wait.
कुछ ना होने का दुख जरा सा लगे तेरे होने से
घर बड़ा सा लगे.
So what are you waiting for? Book your Shikara tickets on BookMyShow.